City building games are extremely time-consuming, and each one may continue on indefinitely, or at least until the city you're working on becomes boring, and you have to start over for other tasks. There are many games to pick from, but finding a diamond in the rough is our job. So without further ado, here is our list of the greatest city building games for Android and iOS. Big City 2 is a strategy and management game in which you must transform a small tropical island into a busy metropolis. To accomplish so, you can take one of three alternative routes. Technology or culture and industry. The sort of city you want to construct is determined by how much support you provide one of these sectors. As is customary in this type of game, you must accomplish tasks in order to obtain the things required to raise a certain bill. Of course, everything may be sped up with a few games. Megapolis. In this game, we have the usual urban building of houses, businesses, and production factories, but also contracted fulfill and plenty of quest objectives to do. Leveling up and unlocking new buildings is the progression mechanic, and it all leads to big infrastructure and advancing science. There are wait times in premium, currently 2 years, what can be a little annoying, but the game tries to keep you busy with things to do. Monopoly Tycoon. This is a traditional flatboard made into a 3D city where you have to set up infrastructure for the citizens to live comfortably. Be ready to face the challenges in the building, unlock and grow a new city, and make it better and more beautiful. But keep in mind that inhabitants must be happy with the development. The game is immensely fun and incredibly innovative. It takes what is great about Monopoly and transfers it perfectly into the game. Pocket Build. This is a zen-like game of just building up your little village. There aren't any major goals or obstacles in this one too. It's a super relaxing experience. You can build a lot of things here. You can make your time look exactly as you want to look, as long as you want. One plus point is that placing things is pretty free, allowing you to overlap and have specific things from modular construction, which is great for creative people out there. You can also visit other featured worlds and see some pretty amazing creations. Pocket City. Pocket City is a simplified SimCity game. It is a city builder game with a considerable level of depth and complexity. There are zoning resource infrastructure needs for power and water, as well as anticipated. There are question events that give a nice sense of structure to what you're doing, and you get that feeling of progression and leveling up to unlock things. There are also emergencies and minor disasters like a fire breaking out. This game uses a low poly art style, but it still looks quite nice and design. Settlement Survival. In this game, you must guide people in the wilderness to build their houses, gather food, and work the duties allotted to them. If any of these aspects fails, the population will be decimated. This game is similar to City Skylines, Banished, because there is so much you can do. It may be a little daunting at first, but the tutorials do an excellent job of teaching each important function one by one. Yosemite Build It. It is a mobile version of the new Yosemite from Max's that lets you create your own city from the top floor of a skyscraper to the water system underground. You can buy dozens of different buildings and place them wherever you want. The only requirement when placing a building is to be connected by road. You'll have to plan your city with care because your citizens won't like to live near factories, for example. You also have to build parks to keep them happy so they can get what they need. You can visit other players, take a look, and see how pretty their city is, but you can also trade with them and get more resources to improve many of your buildings. Town. It is a classic version of Yosemite that allows you to build your own city from the ground up, complete with roads and residential zones to attract citizens. Once they are living in your city, you must provide them with access to water and electricity, as well as all of the basic services that a city should have, such as hospitals, police stations, and fire stations. This game is not like other city builders available on mobile. It is highly intricate, and there is a lot to learn. As a result, there is a somewhat steep learning curve. The game provides a short tutorial that will get you started but will let you to figure out the rest on your own. Townscaper is an experimental hobby project that is more of a toy than a guinea pig. Colors from the pilot lock down colored blocks of homes on the irregular grid, and watch Townscaper's underlying algorithm automatically convert those blocks into cute small dwellings. Townscaper is a visually attractive and coherent downloader that exudes calm and tranquility throughout, and I can tell you'll be spending a lot of time expanding your own middle town.
Presidente, between the peaceful and heavenly islands of the Caribbean.
Tropico. You play as a dictator of an island nation during the Cold War era, and it is your responsibility to dictate your way to success, which might involve coping with anything from a lack of population to a full-scale insurrection. Tropico is an extraordinarily difficult city-building game in which you must manage import-export political interactions and citizens' needs.
Time in the history of Caribbean digital entertainment, your empire now stretches over large archipelagos. With over 140 buildings in different variations and its uncannily lifelike inhabitants, your rule will persist through 4 historical generations of greatness.
So, that's a wrap on the greatest city building games for mobile. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Or leave those palm trees where they